So welcome to a pretty special interview today. This is Chad Vetting, for anyone who doesn't know. And for anyone who doesn't know me, I'm Graciella Mack. I do marketing, video creation, social media, and everything. So today we're gonna be talking kind of about Full Throttle Thursday and the idea behind it and how it came to be. So I guess, did you just want to kind of like say kind of like what you do here and like just quickly and then
sure. Yeah, thanks, Gracie. I guess you could say I'm the owner of the business, kind of the founder. Ended up a crazy idea back in 2006. Started painting at the old shop by myself. Been working on stuff since I was a young kid with my dad. He worked on cars in the garage when we lived in Manitowoc. And it just evolved from there. My interest in cars and everything kind of stuck through him. And then as I got older, I started doing more stuff on my own and got some vehicles and customized them. And then, like I said, we started painting at our old shop there on Robley, where the body shop is now. And it just kind of evolved. Things got busy. The trucking side of our business got really busy. And I ended up having to hire somebody, and then that's where Josh came on board, and I guess both of us from there kind of sculpted and molded it into what it is today. It's blown up, and with the addition of all the crew that we have here and our huge customer base and following on the social media platforms, it's crazy to see what it's becoming, and I can't wait to see what will happen in the future. You know, I guess for me, I'm kind of the guy that runs the show around here. Is here for financial meetings, meetings with the techs, kind of monitor the paperwork side, help out with customer service, and then I do a lot of stuff at night when nobody's here, building motors, exhaust. We do a lot of exhaust work, kind of the tedious stuff where there's a lot of thinking and measuring and stuff. I prefer to do that at night when nobody's here, and it kind of helps the guys move the projects along too with me doing that stuff for them and helping out. So yeah.
All right, thank you. So pretty much this week, this Thursday, is going to be starting Full Throttle Thursday for the 2024 season. For anyone who like doesn't know what Full Throttle Thursday is, but like is seeing like posts about it or like shares about it, do you just kind of want to like give a description of like what it is?
Sure. We started Full Throttle just to kind of get everybody to meet up, kind of like similar to like what everybody does with the car gatherings in town and the get-togethers, just meet up and everybody have fun and talk about life and talk about their cars and what they're building. That was kind of the aspect of how we came up with Full Throttle, and that's what it's all about. It's just about everybody coming, having a good time, getting family out, kids out to see this stuff, to try to get the younger generation still involved in the car world and stuff. And it was just more about getting everybody together, everybody kind of mingling. This all started like real early post-COVID stuff. So everybody was locked up. Everybody was kind of still scared to go out and talk to people again. And I did a lot of thinking, and that whole deal kind of upset me, how everybody was kind of locked up and nobody wanted to get out, and the human interaction aspect of life kind of halted there for a while. And once they started opening stuff up, restaurants again, and people were able to get out of their houses and do stuff, I kind of had this idea with the new shop was just being built at that time. It wasn't even done yet. And I came to the table and met with everybody, and I said, hey, I got another one of my wild ideas, like I always have. And I said, let's start an event and try to get people back out and try to get people to mingle and talk and just have fun again and not worry about that whole deal, and let's get people together, let's get food trucks, let's have people just driving their cars. And I always wanted it real laid back, no competition, just kind of talk about what this guy's doing, what's neat on his car. It was neat that we got a beer truck here because everybody likes beer, and you know, they can all have a beer and stand around, and kind of that like back in high school, we always met in town at the Penguin Drive-In, and everybody would cruise up and down Calumet Avenue, and I kind of wanted that feel again of a hub where we could meet, and everybody could kind of just hang out, have a good time, talk, and forget about the stressful things in life. So that was the main reason why Full Throttle came about, and what it is today. It exactly evolved into what I thought it was going to evolve into. So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess you kind of touched on this a little bit, but like when you were like coming up with the idea, what did you like intend for this event to be? Like, I guess you could say like your dreams for it.
Well, you've been here a short time, Gracie, so you know how mine works. My mind works. I've always been one that if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it big, and we're gonna make a production out of it. And I guess that whole mindset behind Full Throttle was that from the start. Let's make this as big as we can. From what we started 3 years ago to where it was like last year, I'm gonna use a term here. We throttled back a little bit. We were doing them every week. And it got to be too much for the team. I felt like the community was losing interest in it because it was every week and it was repetitious. So last year we backed down to one Thursday a month, and I really feel that kind of helped keep the event alive. And then people came to one, and then there was a space in between to build momentum again. That next Thursday we gotta meet again, and everybody could get together, and we rolled with that again this year. It worked well. It worked well for the shop, not interfering with customer cars and interrupting the flow of the shop, because it is a lot to get ready for them events. It really is. But more back to what you had asked about what I want it to be. I want it to do exactly what it's been doing. Every year it gains a little more momentum, and now having you on board and being able to do this stuff, I just think that it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and hopefully we can get bigger bands and bigger food trucks and some special. It would be cool to get some special guests. I know some people. I got a buddy, Don Gingrich. He is in Street Outlaws. It'd be nice to get him up here for one of the shows. Everybody knows we've done work for Evan Smith. He's a former Packer player. He's the coach of Ships now in Manitowoc. It'd be nice to get him out with his car, and through them relationships, build it and get more people here, and kind of make a big production out of it for the people to see. But that was the whole thing. It started out slow, kind of one of my crazy ideas, and as it went on here, every year it gets a little bigger, and I am just wowed by the community support and the car scene support. I mean, every week we fill that field over there, and there's usually nowhere to park, and even the people that don't have a car, the people that come down from the houses up here, and from the area communities, the lot is full, and it's fun to see the kids running around playing, having a good time, and it's really neat. So I would say it's kind of a dream come true, mission accomplished. So
I remember last year there was that huge storm for that kids' night. And one of my most, I was impressed with that no one really left. Everyone just everyone huddled in here. They didn't let's go right away. They stayed here and until the storm was over. And
I know you and I have both been at events like that where it does start to rain, and you watch everybody run to their cars and they all leave, and it's kind of like the event fizzled off. And like you said, Gracie, it was so cool to see everybody crammed inside the building. And when a storm passed, it was like nothing happened, and we took over, and everybody knew we were here for one reason. It was to help the kids, and that was a huge event. The year previous was a huge event. We took a lot of toys down to Children's Hospital and donated a big chunk of money. And this year we've picked a different organization, but I'm hoping it'll be the same. I mean, people come for us, and it's neat that they support us. You know, so.
Yeah, it's so cool to see them just not even just like support us like at that children's event, but like also like seeing all the donations that they bring. And we had a whole table full.
Yes, it was crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Wild. But okay, so years later, like we started this like post-COVID. So like now we're like in 2024. How do you like see it now? Like what has been like the difference since then till now? Like the build up or like what's changed, you know?
It's changed to a small extent. I was wowed. The first year we did it, we only did it in the month of September because the shop had just got completed. It was early August, and then we planned these events for September, knowing the building was new, and we kind of wanted to open up the building and let people see the new equipment and what we did here. I was blown away on them 4 events we did in September at how many people came and how many people were interested with low marketing. I mean, we sent out some flyers. We put some flyers at the area businesses. They support the hell out of us distributing flyers, making sure people know about our events. And to go into the following year, and then we did it every week. It was 16 weeks. That was a learning experience. But the momentum, the community support, that never fizzled off. And now this is the second year, which would have been last year. So I would call it the third year. Same thing. People just keep showing up. There's always new cars showing up. You always get to meet new people and talk about what they got in their garage and what they're working on. And it's a nice way for our people to not be busy for them 3 hours and be able to go out there and interact with future customers, or else just people that are looking for advice and help, and they got a problem and we can talk through an issue with them and they can fix it themselves. And that's what the guys really enjoy, is getting out there and talking to everybody. So now we're going into this year with having you on board. I feel like this year is going to be even bigger than any years before. It seems like the word's getting out, the following's getting more momentum building up.
For sure.
So I could honestly say for the 4 years we've been doing this, it just continues to grow a little bit, and it never surprises me something that could happen or somebody that could show up or all of that. It's just it's really neat. I'm very happy that it turned into exactly what we all wanted it to turn into. And it's neat to be able to, every year we all sit down and meet and we build a little bit. You know, let's add this or let's add that, and it's cool. It's really cool. I like it. I like it.
I guess. So there's a bunch of, you know, car shows around here during summer. It's like, I think, what was it, like 2 years ago? It was like fell on, you know, a lot of the other car shows. And so like people were like going back and forth. And, you know, now we're only doing one Thursday a month. So like what makes like our car show, our Full Throttle Thursday, different than others?
I guess the difference with ours versus the other ones that are like, say, on Saturdays and on weekends, is them are more of a competitive type car show. Make sure your ride is as clean as possible. There's no water spots, there's no dust, there's no dirt. It tends to be stressful for the people showing their cars because it's all about that trophy. And coming to our events, it's more of a cruise in. It's more of a let's just hang out with our buddies, our friends, talk to people. So it's very low key compared to the other car shows in the area. We don't have any trophies. It's just pretty much bring your ride and show it off, and very low key, and it's all about having fun. Culver's does do one on Thursday nights, and I do know I got a lot of slack about this, so I wanted to touch base on it too. At the time that we started this event, with COVID being shut down, going to Culver's during that time, there was no indication that I I seen that they were going to start them up or do them again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And our planning had all started that we were going to do Thursday nights. It was kind of the night that people revved up and got into like the weekend type mode, you know.
Yeah.
So we wanted to do Thursdays. I didn't see that Culver's was doing anything in Manitowoc, and everybody I talked to didn't see it on the radar. So we had got our flyers made, all our banners made, built momentum into having Full Throttle Thursday, and lo and behold, coming right up to the week of the first event, all of a sudden Culver's started up again, and I get asked that a lot. Why did you pick Thursday? Culver's is Thursday. Culver's is Thursday. And I got to explain that to everybody that I wasn't trying to take cars away from Culver's or run Culver's show into the ground. It was me acting on what I felt needed to be done to get people out of their houses again and get people to an event, and I wanted to jumpstart that and time it out that people were allowed to come out again, and the masks were starting to come off, and it was time. Let's all get out and let's start talking to each other again. So that's why we picked that day. And I just wanted to touch on that I didn't want to take anything away from Culver's or compete with Culver's, and I kind of felt bad after we both picked the same night, but I kind of feel we pull people from more on the outskirts, and a lot of the people from town and Two Rivers go to Culver's. But we have had a lot of people come out and compliment us, and then they'll stay here for a little while, and then they'll go back to Culver's. And that's cool. I mean, there should be no reason throughout any of this business, life, it's not a competition. You want to see everybody win and everybody succeed. So if you can support both events on the same night, that's awesome. And that's kind of what's nice about ours, with not having trophies, and you don't have to be here for the whole 3-hour span. Stop in for an hour, hang out with everybody, and go do something else, you know.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah, it kind of evolved, you know, and it's nice. It really is. So
yeah. So from past years, I guess, till now, what are like some new things? Like, I know last year we were doing giveaways. This year we're doing something new. So do you want to explain that? Yeah.
Throughout the years we did a lot of giveaways. A lot of businesses we knew would sponsor different items to give away. I felt it. I've never been one to ask people for stuff. It's kind of the same way I run my racing program. If I can't support it myself, I'm not going to do it. So we kind of backed away this year from, I want to use the term hounding people to get stuff to give away. It was more on a volunteer basis that people would bring stuff in and drop stuff off. Our vendors, a lot of the companies we work with. So this year I got talking to Crystal. She coordinates all of this stuff. She sets up the food trucks. She manages this. She does the layouts. She works with all the craft vendors. She's a rock star when it comes to helping me out with this stuff, and I couldn't do it without her. I couldn't do it without the whole team. So we got talking. With all the planning, giveaways were kind of off the radar this year. So we got talking in our last meeting, and I had mentioned that this year we're going to solely give away Vetting Customs gift cards, gift certificates. So the way we work this year is every event we're going to give away $100, a $75, and a $50 gift card. The people will sign in the office, kind of a slip for a drawing. You got to sign up here when your name's drawn and the winner's drawn. They have to be present the next week to get their prize. The names will all get thrown away, and then the following event they all sign back in again. We kind of wanted to do it like the bar sign-in thing, you know, where you got to sign in to win the money, and you got to be here. And if your name gets drawn and you didn't sign in that week, you don't get the money, you know. So that's the way we planned it this year with the gift cards. So every event all the way through the end of September, we'll give away 3 gift cards to anybody. You don't have to have a car. Families, people that bring cars, anybody that attends events is eligible for the gift card giveaway.
Yeah.
No employees though, by the way. Employees are off limits. So yeah, I think it'll help draw some people in.
Yeah.
And you never know. We're always willing to accept if people want to drop some stuff off. We'll definitely throw that on a table and do the giveaway. And it's a good way for people to team up with us and get their business out there too. So if anybody watching wants to donate some stuff for giveaways, we're more than welcome to set that stuff out and help you guys out too. I mean, if we can help businesses grow off of what we've accomplished, that's something I've always wanted to do too, is help other people out too. So yeah, I'm excited for it. We'll see what happens, you know.
Yeah.
So
You can I feel like it's something here, almost kind of you can feel the energy, the build up for Thursday, something's happening.
that's funny that you say that, because as they go on throughout the year, we're all kind of oh, this is a lot of work, setting up, cleaning up the shop, and you start to get towards the end of the season, and you're almost looking forward to them being done. And then when they're done, we're all staring at each other oh man, it's over with. You know, and it's almost depressing when they're done with. And you know, the guys have talked in their videos that you've done with them. I hear a lot of them say, you know, it's Full Throttle feels like the official start to summer. You know, and that's a great way of looking at it. I think that's cool, and it's just so great to see everybody come, like I said, and mingle and look around, and it gives the area people in the community something to do on Thursday nights. It's cool,
sure.
you know. So
yeah. So I know you touched a little bit on this before, but what are some goals for the future of this event in years coming?
Just kind of keep working with everybody that's part of the team here. Like I told you earlier, I want to see it get bigger.
Yeah.
I want to see us be able to need more space or shut down more of the road. And I always got crazy ideas. You know, we get musicians that come every once in a while and they play to get, like I said, different celebrities, maybe different well-known cars to come get the word out through what we're doing here. Maybe some bigger bands, some bigger acts, you know. I want people to talk about this event like they talk about the Iola Car Show or Jefferson's coming up this weekend, the swap meet, you know. That was another thing I would like to kind of bring into this too, is more with the vendor thing, guys that have parts laying around for projects that they're not using, collecting dust, kind of swap parts, sell your stuff, you know. A lot of, they always say one man's junk is another man's treasure, so why not bring this stuff and lay that stuff out on a table, and you know, you can sell your old parts, and maybe there's something you're looking for your project that somebody else has. So I think as the years go on, maybe we'll implement trying to get that more going too, is buying and selling some of the parts and stuff, you know. That I thought that would be neat. If it keeps rolling the way it is and gets a little bit bigger every year, I'm perfectly fine with that too. So I take it year by year, you know. So it's cool.
Yeah, for sure. I guess, was there anything extra you wanted to mention about this event?
About the event, no, not really. I mean, just like I said, if the people keep coming out, keep showing up, we'll keep doing them. That's kind of why we backed off of having it every week. Yeah. It was. I felt it was starting to lose momentum, so we wanted to make it more of a have an event, anticipate for a couple of weeks for the next event, and that kept the interest in the people in the area. It was a big thing. So
for sure. I think something cool about this event, I think, is the fact that we get a bunch of food vendors, and they're all different types of food vendors. It's so cool. Like this first one, we have a Cuban truck. We have like a Southern barbecue one, a European one. Like, was there a Middle Eastern one as well?
Yes. I don't think they're coming every week, but there's that European EA food trucks.
Yeah.
They got like gyros and different kinds of stuff like that, cheesesteaks. Now this year we got 2 beer trucks. My good friend Paul from Pet Skull, we collaborated on another deal that's coming up that I don't want to tell anybody about right now, but there's some more big things that I'm working on with Paul towards the end of the Full Throttle season, and we'll do another video later about that and kind of tell our followers and everybody that watches us on social media what we're up to there. We'll do something later about that. I don't want to say too much about it yet because it's a neat deal. So he'll be here. Plymouth Brewing's here. You got the watering hole. They got all different kinds of different drinks. It's just such a wide variety, and it seems like every year we get another different one that comes, and it kind of changes that it isn't the same thing every year. I tell you what, that first year starting this idea, we struggled. There were a lot of places that weren't sure if they wanted to come and how big our event was going to be, and now every year that we do it, there's more that want to come, and they're almost begging us, let's say, to be part of it. So that was a cool thing to see it get to the point where it was nothing to now it's something, and these vendors and these food trucks want to be here, and we love having them because it's a good way for people to taste their food, see what they got going on, and make their business side of things grow again off of what we do here. And that's the whole point about all of this stuff, is just making sure that what we've accomplished here, that other people we can help other people reach customers, and win. It's about everybody winning and everybody succeeding. So it's cool to be the kind of the hub of that on Thursday nights. I like
exactly.
it.
So that is actually all the questions I have. I guess in future videos like this, we can possibly set up like a Q&A for anyone to ask, to be able to ask you a question.
Right. That was kind of something I talked about with Gracie too. We were going to do a podcast. There's a good opportunity here with doing this kind of intimate interview thing, that if there's any vendors or any different shops or anybody that wants to promote their business, feel free to get a hold of Gracie through our marketing email. We can definitely do a sit down and talk about what your shop's got going on, or what your let's say one of the tool trucks, parts stores. I'd like to get different people on and different guests and talk about different things and help them promote their businesses too. So that's kind of an option that Gracie and I had talked about, doing it through a podcast, but I think this would be a better platform to do it on. So I guess closing, I just want to thank everybody on my team, Gracie for doing these videos, for doing a new video series in the shop. It's nice to have people be able to see our technicians, what kind of people they are, what they're working on every day, and she does an excellent job asking them different questions, and keeping that whole side of things interesting. So I'm grateful she's on board with us. It's very cool to have somebody with this knowledge to do these videos and do the social media stuff. And then the rest of the team, Josh, Matt, Crystal, for all she does setting this event up, Kim staying at night, selling t-shirts, helping people out with questions at the front desk, Matt, Parker, Brandon, the guys over at the other shop that hold down that fort over there, they're here also on Thursdays. Blake, he's answering paint questions, and he's come such a long way with the paint side of things over at that shop since he's came on with us. You got Tyler holding down the industrial end of things for us and helping out on the powder coating side. Couldn't do that whole deal without him over there. And then you got Jake Stecker. He's been an apprentice for us. He came on full-time after the apprenticeship program, and he's doing all our sandblasting. He's helping out on the powder coating side and just getting parts ready to be loaded up and shipped back out after they're painted and powder coated. Just such an awesome team we have here of people, and everybody helps everybody, and it's never a struggle getting set up for the events because everybody wants to be involved,
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone who watched this, and in the future, we'll do some more of these.
Yeah,
About
yeah.
different topics, about maybe what we do here or
Yeah, yeah,
anything.
we got all different ideas. Gracie and I talk every day, and
Yeah.
even though I'm not here every day, we collaborate, and she puts together a nice script for me to follow, so I'm not stumbling. And yeah, it would be nice to do some more with her. I really think this is a huge deal for us, and I've had these ideas for a long time. And I'm not smart enough to execute it myself. I'm not computer savvy. So when it comes to having her on board, this is awesome to be able to get these videos. And this was another one of my visions for years, but we just couldn't lock it down. I couldn't find somebody to do it for us. So it kind of sat on the back burner while we were building everything here. And now that the shop's running smoothly and the customers are taken care of every day, there gives us more time to concentrate on these type of things, these fun things, and everything that we do around here. It's cool. So
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gracie. Thank you.
All right. Now that has to be good.